Hello everyone, welcome to the first lecture of Mathematica. In this lecture we shall discuss the basics. So let's start with adding two numbers, 2 plus 2. So to get the output in Mathematica, you have to hold down the shift key and then press enter. Then to multiply two numbers, 3 and 4, write 3 multiplication sign 4 and then press shift enter. Also you can write 3 and give a space and 4. So you can see this will also multiply the two numbers and then press shift enter. I find the type a bit small, so if you come up here to window and magnification, you can just kind of bump this up. Let's push it up to 150%. Now let's see how you can define variables in Mathematica. Let's write x equals to 3 and press shift enter. Then the value of x will be defined as 3. Now again, if you just write x and press shift enter, you can see the value of x is 3. Now if you write y equals to 3 and put a semicolon at the end, it will suppress the output to the screen, but y will still be defined as 3. Now let's write z equals to x plus y. You can see that the z is in blue, but the x and y are in black because z is not defined yet. So if you press shift enter, the blue z will turn into black z because it gets defined now. Now let's define a equals to 3. I want to multiply a with z. So we can do this in the same cell. Just press plain enter to go to the next line. To multiply, you cannot just write az. Mathematica will read it as something undefined. As you can see, it gets blue. So you have to either give a space or asterisk sign to multiply the two variables. Then if you want to work with the last output, you don't have to copy paste it. So the percent symbol represents the last output in Mathematica. So I want to add 6 with the last output. Then I will write percent sign plus 6. We'll get 24. So if I want to work with the output 19, say I want to divide output 19 by 2. So I will just write percent 19 and then divided by 2. Here the output is in fraction, so I want to get the output as numerical value. So let's first write the fraction. To write the fraction, we can use control plus slash. So 3, then control slash, then 2 will give the fraction 3 by 2. And then if we write double slash and capital N and press shift enter, we'll get the numerical value. We can also use the command capital N and square brackets to get the numerical value. If you put our fraction in the square brackets, not the numerical value, 3 by 2, and then press shift enter, then we'll get the numerical value. Now I want to clear the variable x. I defined x as 3 earlier. Here, so if I want to clear x, I'll have to write the clear command with capital C, and in the square bracket, inside the square bracket, I have to write x. And if you press shift enter, the variable will be cleared. And say I want to now write x square, so x and then power sign, then 2, and I want to replace x by 2 here. So to replace, I'll have to give slash and full stop, and then I want to replace x by 2, so write x and then hyphen and greater than sign to write the arrow and then 2. And if you press shift enter, x will get the value 2, so we'll get 2 square equals to 4. We can also define x as 2 and then just write x control 6 to write the power 2 and then press shift enter, it will also square the x. Now to write square root of x, we can write the square root command sqrt with capital S, and inside the square bracket we can write x to get the square root of x, and we can also write control plus 2 to get the square root sign, and inside the square root we can write x to get the square root of x. Now let's see how we can write text in Mathematica. So this cell is in now input mode. So let's write built-in function in this cell. So to convert this cell to text mode, just go to format option, and then go to style, and from there you have to choose text. You can see the cell is in the input mode, so choose text. Then anything you write in this cell will be in text mode. So let's talk about some more built-in functions. If you want to write exponential e in Mathematica, you have to write capital E. You cannot write small e. Mathematica doesn't read small e as exponential e. So if you write capital E and press shift enter, you get the exponential e. Let's now just check the numerical value. So you can see that capital E is the exponential e. You can also write exponential e by pressing the escape button and then type double E and then again escape button, then you'll get the exponential e. To write pi in Mathematica, you have to write pi with capital P. You can also write pi, just press escape button and type small p and then again escape button to write pi. Now let's see the log function in Mathematica. To write log with capital L, the base of the log function in Mathematica is exponentially. So the log function is basically the natural logarithm. So if you write e square, exponential e square inside the square bracket, you will get 2, because this log here is actually the ln. So to write log 10, the logarithm function with base 10, you have to write log 10, and then if you write 10 square in square bracket, you will get 2. You can learn more built-in functions from Wolfram documentation. There you can find details of the functions and symbol used in Mathematica. So if you go to help and from there go to Wolfram documentation, you can see a lot of topics here. So for now, go to symbol and numeric computation. So go to mathematical functions. You can see a lot of functions here. So for now, just choose power. So from here, you can just see that how you can write power in Mathematica. You have to write control plus the power sign, and also you'll get some examples from here too. Also, if you want to input the symbols directly, you can go to palettes and from there go to basic math assistant, and from there you can directly input the symbols. Let's talk about the trigonometric functions now. So any functions in Mathematica will start with capital letter. So write sine with capital S, sine pi, which will be 0, and write cos with capital C. So cosine of pi will be -1. And then to write inverse of sine, you'll have to write arc sine with capital A and capital S. Arc sine of 0 will be 0 because sine 0 is 0. And arc cos of pi, cos inverse of pi, arc cos of -1 will be pi because cos pi is -1. So cos inverse of -1 is pi. Now let's write the hyperbolic functions. Let's write sine hyperbolic of half, which is sinh of half. Let's just take the numerical value. So sinh half is this numerical value. So if you don't remember the expression of sinh of x, I'm writing this in the text mode. Let me just write it in the input mode and then I will convert it to the text mode. So sinh of x is basically e to the power x minus e to the power minus x divided by 2. Let's give the brackets. And then control plus slash to write the function fractions. And cos of x is e to the power x plus e to the power minus x by 2. So let me just copy paste the expression, and I will change the minus to plus. And they just convert the cell to text mode. So these are the expressions of sinh of x and cos of x. Well, let me just test the expression of cos of x. Say x is equal to half. So let's write cos of half. Let me take the numerical value. Now if you replace x with half in the expression, we'll get the same value. I had to clear x here before doing this because previously x was taken as 2. So I had to clear the variable before doing this. Let us look at the expand function now. So write expand with capital E, and inside the square bracket let's write x plus 2 whole square. So this will expand the expression. We can also take x plus y whole square. So y is already defined. Let's clear the variable, clear y. Now we should get x square plus 2xy plus y square. Yes. If we want to get back to x plus y whole square, we can use factor command. So inside the factor, let's just copy paste the expression. We could also use percent sign here. So we get back to x plus y whole square. We could also take larger power of x plus y. So let's take x plus y to the power 12 here. This will also get expanded. Let's just now look at the simplify function. This function is also important. So let's write simplify with capital S. So inside the square bracket, let me just write e to the power pi I. So to write the imaginary I, press escape button and then type I and then again press the escape button. So e to the power pi I is -1, so we should get -1 here. Let's take a fraction inside the simplify function now. So inside the square bracket, let's write x plus y times x minus y in the numerator, and in the denominator let's write x minus y. So x minus y should get cancelled out, so we should get x plus y only. Now let's take a trigonometric expression inside the simplify function. So let's just write sine square x plus cos square x. So you cannot write sine square x in mathematics. You have to write sine x whole square. There is no command like sine square in Mathematica. So give the power at the end of the sine x always. So sine square x plus cos square x. So you should get 1 here. Now we will see how we can solve equations in Mathematica. Let's write solve equations in text mode. So to solve equations in Mathematica, we have to use the solve command. Inside the solve command, first write the equation and always give the double equal sign. I'm writing the quadratic equations. Let's check the solution of the quadratic equations. So ax squared plus bx plus c double equals 0 and then comma, and we want to know x. So Mathematica will read a, b, c as constants. So if we press shift enter, we'll get the solutions. We know the solutions. So let's check another equation. Alright, solve, and inside the solve let me write x squared equals to 4. So give the double equal sign and comma and then x. So you should get x equals to plus 2 or x equals to minus 2. Now we want to solve a system of equations in Mathematica. Say we have two equations and we want to know the solution. So let's write the solve, and inside the solve we will write the two equations. So the first equation is 2x squared plus 4x plus 3 equals to 0. Plus 4x plus 3 double equals to 0, then give a comma. Well, let's just take a simple equation. Let's not write a complicated equation. Let's write x plus y equals to 4 double equals to 4, and let's take another equation, xy equals to 2. So you cannot write xy, you have to give a space between x and y to multiply. So keep them in curly braces. So you have to give a list inside the solve and then give a comma, and then we want to know both x and y, so keep x and y in curly braces. And if you press shift enter, I did a mistake, I didn't give the double equal sign, so always give the double equal sign inside solve function. And if I press shift enter now, I'll get the solutions. Now if you want to just get the numerical solutions, then we just have to write a double slash at the end of the command, double slash and capital N, to get the numerical solutions. Also we can use n solve if you don't write double slash and n, just use the nsolve command, capital N, and if you press shift enter, we'll also get the numerical solutions. Now let's solve an equation which has complex solution. So write solve, and inside the solve, let's write x squared double equals to -1. So if you press shift enter, we will get the complex solution. So Mathematica will also give the complex solutions. So if you only want the real solutions, just give another comma and write reals. And if you press shift enter, we'll get the empty set because there is no real solution for this equation. So before ending this long lecture, I want to talk about one more function which will be very useful. Let's define some variables first. So x equals to 2, y equals to 3, and a equals to 4. So if I want to clear all these variables at once, so we have to use clear all function. Write clear all, and inside the square bracket give inverted comma, and inside the inverted comma write global and then backtick and then the asterisk sign and inverted comma close, and if you press shift enter, all the variables will be deleted. Thank you for your patience. See you in the next lecture.